Yeah, the basic economics of why it's worth more is it's reducing the risk overall. Once they acquire that smaller business, now that smaller business is a much lower risk profile than it was before, because now it's got all these additional resources. It's got the back office of Salesforce. It has their marketing power. It has all these other things. So risk is the probably most important part of the M&A experience. Buyers won't buy businesses that are risky. That's why they won't buy them when they're sinking. They'll purchase them when they're growing, but when they're going downhill, buyers don't want to touch them. They quickly go from being a seller's market to being a dumpster fire that nobody wants to be near. So that we've got that joke around the office too. Sometimes we, unfortunately, entrepreneurial, ventures, they go up and down. I've had them too. I've crashed and burned. I've had some terrible experiences, and, when they go down, they're not worth anything. So, that's just what you have to deal with. But let me get to the next roll-up strategy. So this is that platform business. So this would be something representative, probably more common right now. There's like 8 to 9 roll-up companies that are buying those Amazon stores and doing that. But there's even more old school investors and people who have money that are, from the automotive universe, from, farming and agricultural, that want to get into e-commerce. And this is their strategy. They're going to look for a large e-commerce brand, whether it be digital or physical products. Physical products tends to get more of the nod these days than the digital products do, because there's a tangible good that's going out to a consumer. It's very, trackable, traceable. You can see, the customer satisfaction with it, based on them not refunding and not returning it. So it tends to be a focus on that. And it has to be a brand at large enough scale where the founders and the proprietors, either by themselves or with very strategic vendors and partnerships, or have a team of people that constitute some infrastructure that could be the starting point for more and more acquisitions after that. And that tends to be, kind of where the focal point is. There's a lot of folks out there raising buku dollars, major money, and then out hunting for that lead brand product. So for any entrepreneur out there that's got an e-commerce physical product based business that's got over $2 million in net earnings, you got to get on the phone with me. Like, give me an email, Nate at websiteclosers.com, because I've got a ton of buyers that are hunting for you, and you're a bit of a unicorn. You're hard to find. So if you're out there, Nate at websiteclosers.com, I've got buyers for you.
I love it. Well, I think, I know some people are going, gosh, I'm not at the 2 million, but realize it's interesting to me to see how many people can participate in M&A activity.
Yeah, I can talk about how the smaller companies are doing roll-ups on their own, and they're using a really cool financing vehicle right now from the Small Business Administration. Right now, the SBA has this 7A program where they will lend to you up to $5 million, and it's kind of like a mortgage on a house. They'll lend up to 90% of the acquisition price, and you can use it as many times as you want until you use up your $5 million. You do have to personally guarantee it, which is a bit of a downside, but you can use that. It's typically a 10-year loan, 10-year note, and it's very reasonable interest rate, 6%, 7%. So you can use that to go and acquire other small businesses. You only need to have about a 700 credit score. You need to have some experience in the industry. But you can go out and essentially you've got this blank check you can write. You've got to come up with the down payment, and you have to have some liquidity to pay the debt service. You have to make the payments. And there's a fantastic opportunity right now for businesses that are closed by September 27th. The SBA is paying the first 6 months payments for you. So you get 6 months of payments for free. But that's a really cool method. And I interviewed an entrepreneur on my Buy Sell Summit back in May. Remind me later. I'll make sure all your audience has got access to that. his strategy was to go out and use that financing vehicle, and he went and bought a $500,000 business here, you know, $1 million business here, another, you know, $750,000 business here. And so he was able to leverage his money, just like in real estate. You're only putting down 15%, you know, you hold another 10%, you know, in kind of an emergency fund. And then all of a sudden you've bought this cash flowing business that the return on your investment is far better than any real estate investment, way better than anything you're getting in stocks, bonds, and mutuals. So it's by far one of the best investment models. In fact, it's such a popular strategy that when we list SBA approved businesses, it is like the bell has gone off and everybody's running for that business. It is absolutely nutso when our inboxes, what happens when that goes on. Everyone's looking for them because it's a simple way to get a really, really good return on your investment. It's a great way to get into it or add something to what you're doing already. If you've got some synergistic, you know, kind of eyeballs out there looking for what you're up to. So that's a great way for anybody with, you know, $500,000, you know, to be able to get in on, you know, jumping into something like that.
I love it. I think it's important as you start taking a look at how to grow and build and scale your business, realize that there's a whole bunch of opportunity out there. You don't have to do everything from the ground floor up. And I think, again, SBA loans are out there. There's other opportunities to be able to help really leverage and take advantage. If you've got the skill set on how to actually run an e-com business and can actually show that you can do it, man, there's a great opportunity for you to grow and to build and to acquire others that are struggling. I know we've looked at a couple of different ones ourselves over the years, and it's fascinating for me to see a lot of them kind of get up and running, and then people get bored with them, and they're like, I don't really care, but it's just kicking off cash flow, and so it literally becomes a lifestyle business for them, and they'd much rather just take a upfront check and let you just continue to take the lifestyle cash on the back end. So I would highly recommend, if you guys aren't familiar with this, you want to find out more, go ahead and email Nate at websiteclosers.com.
Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications about new videos and interviews. And introduce yourself in the comments. Are you a buyer or a seller?